4 years ago, I was massively socially anxious. I couldn't even hold a conversation with a guy, let alone a woman, without my hands shaking, getting sweaty, my heart racing, being extremely self conscious. Fast forward 4 years to now, I make videos every day, speaking to people, teaching people. I talk to women regularly in person. I arrange dates, talking to them in person, getting their Instagrams. I speak to guys on a daily basis. I influence them. I teach them a very valuable, productive conversation. And I have massive amounts of confidence. Now, what that comes from is the gym. Genuinely. When you wake up in the morning, right, you put on in fact, you look in the mirror, you've got abs, confidence. When you put on your t-shirt and you fill it out, your arms, your chest, your shoulders are filling out your t-shirt, confidence. When you hit the gym and you beast a fucking workout and you go hard, you feel masculine, you feel like a real fucking man, confidence. Getting into elite physical shape 10x's your confidence in all areas of life. Even if you just start, right? And I know if you're lacking confidence, it is difficult to start. And you're going to go in, you're going to think that people are looking at you. But for me, when I see a guy that's in the gym and he's out of shape, I ask him how he is, I speak to him, and I'm just smiling. And he doesn't know, but I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm fucking proud of you, man. Because I know how difficult it was for you to go to the gym today. Because I was in your exact same position. And I can already see his future. I can already see that when you get in shape, you're just going to experience so much fucking confidence. It's going to be unbelievable. And now, guys, you probably know that confidence is extremely important in life, in all aspects, because it'll make you more money. It'll help you attract the women that you want. It'll make you a better version of you in all aspects. When you show up to work and you're in elite physical shape, men treat you differently. They treat you with more respect. When you show up with confidence, you have more charisma, and that helps you make more money. That draws men and women to you. Men in terms of influence, brotherhood, respect. Women in terms of relationships, attractiveness, and whatever else, right? Let me tell you one thing. So, I run a one-to-one online coaching business, but I also work in sales. Now, when I started the sales job, my confidence massively benefited me. So the coaches that were putting us through training on the product, it was a full new product, full new thing that you had to learn. I had zero sales experience. I only had experience selling within my own product, within what I've been doing. Obviously, I've been hitting the gym and I've been focusing on self-improvement for 4 years. So it's easy for me to jump on a call and talk to someone about it and get them into my program. Now, I don't really do the calls. I just send over the link. And if they want to join, they want to join, because in reality, when people go to Dubai, they don't jump on a fucking sales call to get the ticket to Dubai. Okay? Easiest way to put it. Now, the sales coaches were like, yeah, you're going to be so nervous when you're jumping on the phone. It's going to be so difficult. And you're going to be shaking when you get your first sale. And I never said anything, right? But as soon as I got on that phone, I had zero nerves at all. I wasn't nervous at all. 4 years ago, I couldn't even speak to a fucking guy. I didn't even have the confidence to speak to a fucking guy, never mind a woman. And 4 years later, because I went to the gym, because I worked on myself, because I put in the fucking work, because I became attractive, I became confident, I became more masculine, I calloused my mind through going to the gym. I had zero nerves when I hopped on that call. When I jumped on my first call, one of the coaches were watching and listening. They were like, Tony, you sound like you've been doing this for fucking ages. 4 years ago, zero confidence. 4 years later, on a fucking call where this person does not want to fucking talk to me because it's cold. They don't want to talk to me. They don't care about me. They don't care about the product. They just want to hang up the fucking phone. And I showed up with maximum conviction, maximum fucking confidence. And I put in the work. And within a couple of weeks, I was on par with the guys that were in there who have been doing sales for years, who have been in that office for a good fucking while. And because I had the confidence, because I had the communication skills through talking, through approaching women, through organising dates, through talking to men, teaching men on a daily basis, from coming onto YouTube, which, by the way, 4 years ago, if I had put this fucking camera up in front of my face, I would be so scared. I'd be looking at my face, I'd be looking at my arms, I'd be looking at my skinny little shoulders, and I'd be like, I can't do this. Now, it's not an issue, because I've built the confidence, I've built the conviction through hitting the gym, okay? Now, when you do this, when you show up with more energy, when you show up with more confidence, with more conviction, and you're more masculine, your employer's going to give you that pay rise. You're not going to accept average. You're going to be in whatever fucking job it is, and you're going to be studying, and you're going to be learning, you're going to be reflecting, you're going to be looking for external feedback so you can grow and become better and progress. Because you're like, nah, I'm in fucking elite physical shape. I'm personally developed. I can't settle for average. I deserve more than this. And you might not understand this fully just now if you're not in elite physical shape, but I'm speaking from 100% hindsight, and I've experienced both sides of the coin. Now, I did shoot the beginning of this video and it cut out, and I had to shoot the other half. So I'm going to pop it into the other half. I apologise if I've maybe went over what I've just said there a few times in the next little cut. But you need to get in shape, honestly. It's going to make you more money. It's going to help you attract that high value woman into your life. And what I did say before the next one cut in was, when you go to the supermarket and you see a woman that you've spoken to a few times, right? And you like her and you're attracted to her, but you've got confidence, you've got the conviction. By the way, it doesn't matter how you look. You can be fucking ugly. People, if you're ugly but you're in shape and you've got the confidence, people will be like, he doesn't even know he's ugly. And that is fucking attractive. Men respect that, and women are attracted to that, even if you're ugly. Literally, that's the amazing thing about being a man. It is difficult, but if you're ugly, it doesn't matter. You can still level up and have any fucking woman you want, in reality, okay? I've been with some really beautiful women, and as you can see, it's not because I'm facially attractive. It's because of the confidence, the conviction, the masculinity, being a fucking dominant man like you should. And I know people tell you, oh, you shouldn't be into toxic masculinity. Whatever. See it for yourself. But you go into the supermarket and you speak to that woman. And you're like, you know what? I'm actually going to fucking arrange a date with her. You talk to her and you ask her what her name is. You introduce yourself. You ask her if she's up to much that weekend, up to much the next weekend. I'm giving you free game here, by the way. You ask her if she's up to much this weekend. She says, no, I'm free. You're like, great, let's go for coffee. How about we go for a coffee? Would you like to go for a coffee? Whatever way you want to say it, right? And she's like, yeah. Because you've got the confidence, you're in shape. Okay? You've got the charisma. You've got the attractiveness. And then you go on that date. And you're not sacrificing values and morals, which I was speaking about in the next clip, so I'm going to cut it into there. You go for coffee, you have productive conversation. And another thing is as well, you're not on the fence about your values, your morals, and your beliefs. You're saying them with 100% conviction because you have that confidence. If she's not the woman for you, you leave that immediately. You don't continue to chase it because, oh, she's an 8 out of 10 and I'll never get that again. Because you have the conviction within yourself. You have the self-belief. You have the high self-esteem and high standards which you have built through the inner work. Now, when you go into a new job or you go into your work and you show up with more confidence, the people in there, they're drawn to you because you become magnetic. A little spiritual thing, if any of you guys are spiritual, you become a man of high frequency, okay? You become a man who is addictive to be around because you've got the positive energy, you've got the charisma, you've got the confidence, the belief, and you're a charismatic person. And everyone loves a charismatic person. Everyone is drawn to that person. You've got that, but you've also got the focus, the drive, the confidence, and the competence to where they're drawn to the charisma, and they're also influenced, and they massively respect the action that you take. Okay? The same with your employer. The same with your clients for business. When you speak to them, it's charisma. You give off the convictional energy. When you walk into any room, when you walk into a coffee shop, people look. People turn their heads and look. Okay? It's human nature. Because you walk in, you're confident, you're in shape. And you always command respect in every single room that you walk into. And this is no word of a lie. I'm speaking from complete and utter hindsight because I've experienced both sides of the coin. And I know where I'm staying and I know what I'm never going back to. So guys, with this video, watch this, utilize this, use this as motivation, use this as like, you know, if I just go to the fucking gym, right? If I just pack my clothes with me, my gym clothes with me to work, and I go straight from work, straight to the gym, hit the gym, even if I'm lacking confidence, even if I think other people are looking at me, which they are not. They're not looking at you because they don't care if you're out of shape. They respect the fact that you're in the gym. They're like, yeah, you know what? Like, if I see someone who's completely out of shape and they're in the gym, I look at them and I smile and I'm like, hi mate. Like, I'll say hi to them. I'll ask them how they are. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm fucking proud of you, man. Like, I'm actually fucking proud of you because I have been in that position where you're out of shape, where you're unconfident, and you're still in the fucking gym and you're hitting it. And I respect that so much. And that makes me happy because it reminds me of when I was in their same shoes and I've experienced the way that they feel. And they don't know that I'm like, I'm fucking proud of you. But they know that I'm not judging them, okay? I don't really have anything else to say. Get in the gym. Stop being a fucking pussy, right? Put in the fucking work. Stop lying to yourself. Telling yourself that it's okay, I like being fat because I'm funny. Funny gets you fanny. All this stupid stuff that I fucking heard, guys. Stop coping. Face the truth. Hit the gym. If you want to work with me one-to-one, I've helped dozens of guys get into elite physical shape, build the confidence, start their own businesses through going to the gym, through self-improvement, which businesses that they've been putting off for 2 fucking years. But because they've done the inner work, they built the confidence and the conviction, they built the person. They then took action, they generated a very good income with one person in particular with his landscape gardening business. And that was through doing the inner work. Okay. So guys, if that sounds good, message me on WhatsApp 0783 526 1491, or you can check the description of this video. I'm going to also pop in the link to apply for my one-to-one coaching in there as well. So guys, love you all. Have a good day. Let's go.